A fellow Texan, give it up for Jake Worthington.
It all really started in the kitchen for me. My parents had a silverware drawer that didn't have no silverware in it. It was just CDs and magazines and posters from shows that my papa collected. My papa was a songwriter in the 70s and 80s. But that's where it started for me. To tell you about that kitchen, I don't know if any of y'all remember, but like J.C. Penney's used to give away free stuff when you would go buy things. Imagine that. But this time it was like a radio that you had to drill into the bottom of a cabinet. We would just sit in that kitchen and, you know, Mom would cook or clean or yell, you know. But I learned how to cuss and drink and dance and pray and all kinds of things in the kitchen, listening to records. I think getting to play the Opry is something that I still can't understand how it happened, why it happened, but I'm glad it did. That's a really special memory. Getting in front of them crowds with the Zacks, you know, for a long time I've heard people in this business say country music ain't gonna sell. You know, going to them Zack shows, there's 10,000 reasons why that is a lie. The people from 18 years old to 45 years old want to hear country music. Meat and taters country music. That's inspiring, you know, because I was a little booger, you know, loved that stuff.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the story behind It Ain't the Whiskey?
Yeah. I was a young and dumb guy. I got in trouble a couple years ago, and that just kind of followed me around like a foot fungus. Can't get rid of it, you know. Within the first year of my marriage, me and Sophie and our winter dog, Oscar, were in the van with the trailer, and the band was at the venue. We were like 15 minutes away. I mean, this is the true story. I was speeding like 5 over in this little town, and that cop, boy, he had it out for me. And I pulled over in the Dollar General parking lot like a good citizen, thinking he was just gonna let me go. He said he was taking me to Bell County, and he did. My wife, myself, and the dog were in the back of that cop car at one point in time during that whole altercation. I'm glad she didn't go, because I wouldn't have a wife no more. She told me so. There's it. It ain't the whiskey, it's the woman. Last night was headed home about 9:45. I guess I swerved just a little where the road didn't bend. I didn't see the law, but the law saw me. I heard I represent the state of Tennessee. He said, you must be buzzing on something, son. Said, I am, but it ain't what you're thinking of. My hero, my songwriter hero, Roger Springer, and a guy named Jeff Hyde, and a new guy, his name is Will Bannister. They were all writing, and they kind of started the verse to that song and called me and said, man, get on this with us, write this with us. And I heard, you know, last night I was headed home about 9:45, guess swerved just a little, you know, and I kind of started laughing. I said, you know, damn, the first year of my marriage, yada, yada, yada. And Jeff goes, you probably ain't too proud of that, are you? I said, no. And Roger said, son, some of us write from the research department, you know. We made fun out of a not so fun moment. I've never had a reaction from my own music like that. It ain't the whiskey that gets me looking like I'm out of my mind. When she kissed me, it hit me harder than some hellbilly shine. If you're thinking I've been drinking, there's a little bitty reason that I'm speaking just a little tongue-tied. It ain't the whiskey, it's the woman by my side. And I think for all of us, we're all in this business for one reason. Somehow, music moves you. And it's, I mean, I can't tell you why it moves me the way it does, but it did, and it continues to. I only got as far as 342. He said, that's close enough, I'm arresting you. He did. I knew he didn't buy a single word I said till she flashed him her smile, his face turned red. I'm a songwriter. I guess I always have been. I never liked claiming the title because I felt like I wasn't no good at it. There's people in this town that given me some amazing opportunities. I've done a lot of living in a little bit of time, and I wrote songs about it. Songs about things I ain't proud of. There's songs about really fun things, and it's just a country record. It ain't the whiskey, it's the woman by my side. Oh, if you're thinking I've been drinking, there's a little bitty reason that I'm speaking just a little tongue-tied. It ain't the whiskey, it's the little bitty woman by my side.